Hello, class. This is Dr. Rob Thompson, your instructor for English 1101 this semester. I wanted to come to you today and with this video to explain the course and to kind of introduce the syllabus and things that you need to know to be successful. I think this will help, especially if you are not comfortable with an online class. If you've not taken an online class before, or it's been a while since you've been in school, hopefully you'll pay close attention to this video, and hopefully I can give you some useful information. Right here is the main menu of the course. This is my look. I can enter a student preview to show you what you're going to see, which is different, but this is the main thing you need to worry about right here. So let's just start with the syllabus and schedule, and click on the syllabus. This will take you to a PDF of the syllabus, and obviously I'm not going to bore you reading the whole thing. Notice my office hours here are 9 to 11, Monday through Thursday, here on the Gordon County campus, in the 100 building, which is in the back. And the textbook, you do not need a textbook for the class. It is provided online, the things you need. The textbook itself is online, plus any other readings you need are provided online. This is an 1101 class. You should not need 0988 or 090, or you wouldn't be placed in this class. So hopefully your scores and all have qualified you for this class. Notice there are three things that we're working on. This English 1101 is a composition class. I had a student last semester in my critique at the end of the semester was saying, what was the point of this? She was not very happy, but this is not a literature class. The whole point is to make sure you can write at a college level. We'll write 4 different essays during the semester, and this is a short semester. It's only about 8 weeks long. So I hate to say it, but you're going to have to really work over the next 8 weeks. But that's all we're doing. We're writing and revising. Notice the 3 competencies, 3 objectives: writing, revising, and then we will write a research paper at the end. So that's all it is. If you're a good writer, if you like writing, you should have it made. If you struggle with writing, you can revise your essays first of all. You may not like your first grade on your essay, but you can rewrite it, and I urge you to rewrite it, especially if you want a certain grade in the class. If you want to be in the class and you don't rewrite your essays to get them to a B, well, obviously you really don't want to be. You may not be able to get them there, but you should at least try. You can rewrite each essay twice. So I'll grade each essay 3 times. And again, it's on you. The rewrites are optional. But certainly if you fail the first one and you don't rewrite it, well, there's just not much I can do. So hopefully you will take advantage of the revision opportunities throughout the semester. And then again, we'll have a big research paper at the end, which I will get into. But that's it. That's what we're doing. There's some other assignments along the way, as you will see, but really it's about those 4 essays. Attendance, and I don't know why this is in blue. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know how to change it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we have 3 unofficial class days: Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Assignments are due on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the most part, with some other days thrown in there as well. Students will send me emails near the end of the semester or at any point say, can I still do such and such? Can I still turn that in? The answer is always yes. You can turn in late work at any time during the semester. You can turn in work from the first week and the last week. I hope you don't do that, but you could. But keep in mind there is a maximum 40-point penalty, 10 points per class day. So if it's due on Monday and you turn it in on Saturday, that's 2 class days, Wednesday and Friday, 20 points off. Up to 40 points, and then I'll take it whenever for no additional penalty. So, you won't pass it, but you can at least, get better than a 0, so to speak. And of course, if you turn it in, if it's due on Monday and you turn it in on Tuesday before the next class day, that's just a 5-point penalty. That's not much at all. And then here's how we break down the grades this semester. 15%. Each of the first 3 essays are 15%. That's 2 to 4 type pages. Everything in the class when you type it, it should be Times New Roman, 12 point, double spaced 1-inch margins. That's standard MLA setup for your essays. And when I say 2 to 4 type pages, remember, there are different kinds of students in this class, and I understand that. There are some of you who just want to pass, who will take a C, you might even take a D. If it gets you credit and you can get you towards your degree or your whatever it is you're working toward. In that case, you're probably okay with a couple of pages, 2 full type pages, Times New Roman, double space, 12 point. Again, you can get a C, you can get by with 2 pages. But if you want an A or B, if you're, a student who really worries about your grade and wants a certain grade, I would try for at least 3 pages. I'm really looking for 3.5 pages, type pages for those essays. But again, 2 pages are okay. You can get by, but hopefully you'll do better and you'll write more than that. Those 3 essays are 15% each. We write a narrative, a classification essay, and a definition essay. And those will all be defined and explained when you get into the course. And then the research paper is longer, obviously 4 to 6 type pages. It counts 25% of your grade. It counts more, and it is longer, and you cannot rewrite the research paper. It's due the very end of class, the very last day, as you will see. So you will not have an opportunity to rewrite it. It needs to be really good right off the bat. And then we'll have daily assignments and class participation. Class participation is mainly, did you do all your rewrites? Or did you get your essays to a good point? Maybe you didn't do the last rewrite because you already had an A or a high B, but did you do your rewrites? Did you do what you were supposed to do? And then if you get close, if you wind up with a 79 or an 89, I'll bump you up if you've done everything you could do to get there. But if you haven't, then again, there's not much I can do. And then daily assignments, we'll have several of those, as you'll see here in a second. Also, let me recommend, if you do not feel comfortable writing, of course, my office hours, I mentioned earlier, 9 to 11, Monday through Thursday here at Gordon County. But all campuses have writing tutors. Now, I don't know what their summer hours are. I'm sure that they don't work as much, and you have to just, check with your individual campuses. But you can go to a writing tutor, and they are very helpful and very willing and able to help you out. And of course, again, do not plagiarize, obviously. This all has to be your original work. Obviously, you get zeros if you plagiarize. And the rest of this is just standard GNTC stuff that I don't need to get into. And the student guide is really not that important because I have a much more detailed student guide here in what's called the course schedule. Let me open this up in Word. I just clicked on the link. And this is really the most important document in the class. You want to print this out. You want to be sure and keep up with this. This gives you day by day what is due all the way up to July 16th. That's a Tuesday. That's not a Monday or a Wednesday, but I put that last paper off as long as I could take it. But I do have to have it by midnight on Tuesday, July 16th. And again, that'll be the last day of the course. So otherwise, this just tells you exactly what's due. Sometimes it might say, for example, with a discussion board, the rough draft is due on the 13th here, and then you have to complete the discussion board by the 14th. So, or here, the initial post is due June 9th, and then the rest of the discussion board is June 10th. So you have to really keep up with this and pay attention, especially in a short class like this. I mean, like I say, there are some times in here where you're going to be doing a lot of work. Right in here, for example, you have an assignment for definition writing, and then you turn around and you have a sample definition essay assignment and a discussion essay topic discussion board, a definition essay topic discussion board, all due around the same time. So, and then of course there's a work day, and you might think, well, why don't we spread it out more? But keep in mind, this work day is for you to write a really good rough draft. The main grade is your essay grade. And so I want to give you plenty of time before each essay is due, I think, before each one. Maybe not the narrative, but you have at least one work day to really get ready. For the research paper, you have more work days because it's a much more involved assignment, and it does count more, obviously. So anyway, that's your schedule, and that's extremely important. Let me go into Blackboard real quick here. Let's see here. I close out of that. Okay, so going back to Blackboard, the lessons is your main place to navigate. The lessons We'll walk you through, lesson 1, etc. And then, of course, unit 1, you have to click on the folder. Everything is clickable. So if you can't find something, try clicking on it. And then, of course, this is the introduction to writing. There are 2 assignments for it. We go back to the lessons. For the narrative essay, it gives you all this information about choosing a topic, and then there's an assignment here, and a rough draft discussion board. All this information is important. You just have to read it and click on it. And the discussion boards, if it says go to the discussion boards, it'll say, go to the discussion boards and follow the directions therein to submit it by Friday, May 31st. And so, again, when it says go to the discussion boards, you click on the discussion boards, and it takes you to you click on for this introductory assignment, for the first one, you click on the introduction, and you create a thread, and you follow the directions here, and you give it a title, hello, welcome, hello, nice to meet you, whatever, and then you do what the assignment says. You introduce yourself to the class following those directions. And so those are in sequential order. So those are pretty easy to follow, I hope. And then, the textbook is, there are assignments that'll say in chapter 1, chapter 2. I think it's pretty obvious, pretty logical the way it's laid out. And then the grammar and punctuation rules, there's a whole different video about these, so you need to watch that later on. But, this gives you information about the grammar and punctuation rules. And then, of course, we just reviewed the syllabus and schedule. So that's it. That's the class. But again, the most important thing is in lessons. There's all kinds of information in lessons for you to find. Let me say one other thing about due dates. When you go back to lessons, pardon me, I'm being schizophrenic here. When you go to lessons and you have the due dates that are spelled out here, I have typed all these due dates in. Those are the due dates you should pay attention to. Those due dates should be the same as the schedule that we went over earlier. If they are not, if you see something in the home page, it'll give you what's past due, what's due. Blackboard generates those dates, and they may be accurate, they may not. Sometimes they get all messed up. Sometimes if I have to change something, the change doesn't register in all places in Blackboard. All I can say is don't pay attention to all this stuff here. You can if it's accurate. Maybe it helps you. I don't know. But it may not be accurate. What's accurate is what's spelled out in the lessons and what's defined in the course schedule that we just looked at. So anyway, I hope this has helped you. I hope that, if you weren't comfortable with the course, I hope you're a little bit more comfortable now. You know how to reach me. My email address, rthompson@gntc.edu. My phone number, all that spelled out in the syllabus. Yeah, you can get in touch with me, and I'll be glad to help any way I can. I look forward to working with you. It's going to be a quick summer, but it should be productive for us, and at the end of it, hopefully all of you will receive credit. Let me quickly say this, because I'm running out of time. There are only 7 of you signed up as of today, and they have not yet purged people who didn't pay their fees, so we may lose some from there. In other words, it's a very small class, so discussions obviously depend on other people talking and other people posting for you to respond to them to have a discussion. So it's really important that you as an individual post when you're supposed to post, so that your classmates have someone to respond to. I've had small classes before, and there'll be someone wanting to respond, and no one else is doing it. So not only will it hurt your grade, but it will hurt your classmates if you don't get in there and do your part. So please post when you're supposed to. That's really important in a small class. Thank you. Holler if you have questions, and have a great day.